Frank Motors, authorized dealer of Tata Motors PV, is now open at Lightcorny, Shillong. We are here to offer you India's most safest cars and to ensure you to get the most out of owning a Tata vehicle.
Ka Mount Olive Culinary and Hospitality Management Shillong ka khot admission haki professional courses bapair. Ya ka jingtiap ka ba khamnya lecture ka City Office 100-fold Academy ha Malki.
Menteri Bakmi ya kapuli puthi hak jalau Bah Rymbui ulai thu paki don lai penduduk skul lower primary jong Sorkar kiba don Nonghikai satya menta habu jubab ya jingkeli ka wanra du emily kaliang persya narangsa khona zenit sangma menteri ulaong ba jing don Nonghikai hai kita ki lai penduduk skul kadai namar ka jing song thai no ki Nonghikai par ka jing sha penkriya kam sai ki wei pat ki jaka habu wanra ya jingkeli benrap hapoh Ïingdorbar uzenet ulapan pau ya jing smokya ya kalawai ki khna jong ki tegi skul ki don Nonghikai satya pat bu jingkeliru ya ki wei pat ki lat ke ba ka Sorkar ka shim nakaliang Bah Rymbui ulai thu ba katnat kalapha ya ki sub divisional school education officer ne SDSEO ban thong ya ki Nonghikai ulai thu ru bayam ta support ki khna jong ki skul ki don Nonghikai ki ha ban leit puli ha ki skul ba marjan ban lait na ki jing du ya ki jing puli Menteri ulai thu ru ba jing bampat la ban thong ye ki Nonghikai ha ki skul kadai namar ki jing penmi hukum jong ka Kasri High Court ban penbyang shwa ye rusa haswa ban thong kam thamai ula ban rap bakatnat ka hap ban yat kat kum ki kendon pat ki an ban pendap ye ki tegi kam kat kum ki jing thu Bah Rymbui hapoh Ïingdorbar na ki tegi lai penduduk skul don Nonghikai ka wei ka de East Khasi Hills ka wei ha West Khasi Hills ka wei ha East West Khasi Hills, kawai ha West Jaintia Hills, Artli ha East Jaintia Hills, kawai ha Ri Khasi District, Shibhautuli ha East Garo Hills, kawai ha Southwest Garo Hills, sakawai ha North Garo Hills, but Khandriutuli ha South Garo Hills.
Mr. Speaker, sir, reply to start question number 82A. Yes, sir. B. 36 number, sir. C. East Khasi Hills, Subdivision Shillong, name of the school is Sawdong Community School. East Khasi Hills, Sorkar, Dil. West Khasi Hills, Subdivision Martian Road, ïathuh Community School. Southwest Khasi Hills, Maukrwat, Meghalaya Community School. East and West Khasi Hills, Mairang, Maukhapkwa Community School. West Jaintia Hills, Juai, Nil. West Jaintia Hills, Amlarim Community School. East Jaintia Hills, Cleariat, Saiwal Community School. East Jaintia, Cleariat, Molhoy Community School. Ribhoy District, Nongpo Mauker Community School. West Garo Hills, Tura Nil. West Garo Hills, Dadengri Nil. East Garo Hills, William Nagar, Baringre Nengsil Community School. East Garo Hills, William Nagar, Majolgre Dogru Community School. East Garo Hills, William Nagar, Jongmegre Community School. East Garo Hills, William Nagar, Nabokgre Community School. East Garo Hills, William Nagar, Rengre Community School. East Garo Hills, William Nagar, Savilgre Community School. East Garo Hills, William Nagar, Rongrongre Community School. East Garo Hills, William Nagar, Danal Bolkipok Community School. East Garo Hills, William Nagar, Bol Moram Dochok Community School. East Garo Hills, William Nagar, Koknal Mong Community School. Southwest Garo Hills, Ampati Patregre Community School. North Garo Hills, Resulpura Nayapara Community School. South Garo Hills, Batmara Rongma Rekmangre Community School. South Garo Hills, Batmara Chimitap Community School. South Garo Hills, Batmara Paskong Community School. Sorkar Hills Bakmara, Mon Rong Snagre Government LP School, Sorkar Hills Bakmara, Halwa Atang Government LP School, Sorkar Hills Bakmara, Bamangre Government LP School, Sorkar Hills Bakmara, Genigre Government LP School, Sorkar Hills Bakmara, Wage Bokre Government LP School, Sorkar Hills Bakmara, Dambuk Aga Government LP School, Sorkar Hills Bakmara, Rongru Asim Government LP School, Sorkar Hills Bakmara, Kanchi Galak Government LP School, Sorkar Hills Bakmara, Dambuk Apal Government LP School, Sorkar Hills Bakmara, Emandura Banda Government LP School, Sorkar Hills Bakmara, Arugakre Government LP School, Sorkar Hills Bakmara, Oper Dosogre Government LP School, Sorkar Hills Bakmara, Daringre Government LP School, sir.
That's all, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, from the replies of the Honorable Minister in charge of Education, we have come to know that there are as many as 36 government LP schools where there is not even a single teacher. So, in that case, what will be the fate of the students? And what alternative steps are being taken to ensure the schooling and education for the children in these villages are continued?
Mr. Speaker, sir, in most of the village where the school located, there are alternative school, nearby school, which student is attending. And number two, sir, that this teacherless school happened due to retirement or transfer or resignation of the incumbent teachers, and wherever the schools, the nearby school from that schoolless, teacherless schools, we have approved for rationalization to post the teacher where, so that the student could go to that school.
Mr. Speaker, sir, it's a very important issue. It's a question of the future of our children, the future of our youths. And if this foundation of the education of our children is not taken care of, we'll be ending up with by having lots of problem, and it will be overburden to all of us in future. So from the reply of the Honorable Minister, he said in the most of the cases, that means somewhere some interim arrangements are being met, but not everywhere. So we cannot even deprive even a single child. It's a fundamental right. Where is then the free and compulsory education to be given as enshrined in the Constitution? So the rationalization, why it is still in the future tense? It should have been done immediately without wasting time, just to protect the interest of the children.
You may put a question, please.
No, it is very serious, Mr. Speaker, sir.
It is.
So I urge upon the government. I will have to speak about the background, the collateral effects, then only the government will know. That's why I'm speaking, Mr. Speaker, sir. So I will urge upon the government to do the rationalization process immediately without wasting any time. Will the government will do immediately.
Sir, the process have we have done. We have given a permission to Southwest Khasi SDSEO Southwest Khasi Maukrwat, SDSEO Motion Road, West Khasi Hills, SDSEO Mairam, SDSEO Nongpo, SDSEO Bakmara, SDSEO Resubelpara and others to rationalize and post the teachers wherever the schools in these schoolless teachers where the village is very far for the student to attend.
Sir, we have been raising this issue repeatedly, even inside this house and even outside the house, for the larger interest of the people of the state. Now, there are a number of vacant posts to be filled up. And as the Honorable Minister has stated, due to retirement, due to transfer, due to resignation, these schools have become teacherless. So why the induction or the appointment, even on contractual basis, is not met to ensure the continuation of education of the children in these schools?
Sir, I have already stated in the House a few days back. So, sir, this problem happened in the midst of doing of recruitment process and also preparing for the recruitment process, where due to the judgment of the Honorable High Court that we have to prepare the roster system. So preparation of roster system is almost complete, and we hope that we will be able to do this process as early as possible. And I have already stated that this, and I will repeat it myself, that we are trying to look at the parameter within the framework of legal, within the legal framework, whether there is any scope for the appointment, temporary appointment of this teacher without going through the roster system. So we didn't want to caught in legal tangle. We are preparing for that. So we hope that in the few weeks time, we will able to complete for the best interest of the student community in the state, because our intention is that to see that the student get the education.
Last, Mr. Speaker, sir, the honorable courts, be it High Court or the Honorable Supreme Court, it's to protect, to safeguard and uphold the provision of the Constitution and safeguard the provision of the law. So, as the leaders, when we have powers and positions, these powers and positions comes along with responsibilities. It seems the people who are in helm of affairs, they want power without responsibility. I would like to know from the government whether the government had made an effort by filing an affidavit before the Honorable High Court to vacate, to do some interim arrangements by not depriving the children from their fundamental rights.
As the Honorable Member pointed out, we have the responsibility and we have the will to do it. But sir, I must say that the judgment of the Honorable High Court clearly stated that all appointments should be followed the roster system, and it is not a very easy.
No, so sir. My question is, let me be very specific. My question is, sir, there is always there are always ways and means. There are always ways.
Honorable member, please take a seat. Please take a seat. Let the minister reply. If you're not satisfied, you can ask again. No
time is running, sir.
Please, no.
Sir, I have already replied that the Honorable High Court judgment clearly specify that all the recruitment process should follow the roster system, and to prepare the roster for the last 50 years, it is not very easy. I'm not telling that all the previous government or the previous leader are irresponsible, that this burden fall on us. No. It is the process. We are willing. That's why I told that we are very confident that the process will be complete in a few days, few weeks, so that whatever we do will be in conformity with the legal process.
Sir, my question was very specific. I was intending to know that whether the government has come up with any affidavit to be filed or filing before the High Court, Honorable High Court, because there may be intervention from the Honorable High Court, but there are ways and means. Just in this specific case, the government could have filed an affidavit asking the Honorable High Court, requesting before the Honorable High Court to vacate only for this reason. Thereby, we will rescue the children from being deprived of their constitutional rights. There is no...
Sir, we have not filed the affidavit to exempt this because many of the departments, small departments, they have already completed the process for rationalization, which we have seen that just yesterday or a few days back, that MPAC issued the corrigendum for the advertisement of for the posts which have advertised following the roster system. We are hoping that whatever we do, we'll do according to the legal framework, and we are very sure that we will complete the process, sir.
Mr. Speaker, sir, in course of his reply, the Honorable Minister replied to the questioner's question B, the total number of vacant posts, 36. Sir, I don't agree with that figure. I have raised this 2 schools within my constituency day before yesterday when we were discussing the subject during short duration discussion. Within my constituency, I have 2 schools, which doesn't figure here. I have 2 teacherless schools. One school is Sindulgre Government LP School, another is Kerupara Government LP School. Sindulgre LP School is now, it is 2.5 years teacherless school, single teacher run school. There was no intervention from the Honorable High Court that time. Why this delay in the appointment of teachers? I would like to know from the Honorable Minister, why was the delay for appointment of teacher to that particular school of Sindulgiri Government School?
Sir, I didn't have information regarding that school, but from the statement of the Honorable Member that it is a single teacher school.
Yeah. Mr. Speaker, sir, through you...
Please specific to the question.
Yes, sir. Roster system is for the permanent appointment. So, whether there will be any kind of a stopgap arrangement for those schools, temporarily?
So, I have already stated time and again, that they also have stated that we are looking at the parameter of the law, within the parameter of the law, to see that if this temporary arrangement could be done, and if it is there, we will do it, sir.
Sir, during the course of reply with the Honorable Minister, it came to learn that these schools, teacherless schools, for these schools they have alternative, but there are 4 schools which emerge in the list from my constituency, and these schools are, far away from other villages, 4 kilometers, 3 kilometers far away from the other schools. So therefore, can I get an assurance from the Honorable Minister this will be looked into, so that additional teachers or teachers will be appointed to these particular schools?
We will be looking into, sir.
Yes, Albert.
I would like to put a question to Honorable Minister. we are talking about appointment of teachers. So now I'm going to ask him about one clarification I need to get from Honorable Minister. We are looking for qualitative teachers, student and education, no doubt about that, the whole state. So may I ask the Honorable Minister, why there's no principle which government had delayed till date for around 15 school, government higher secondary school all across the state. Till date, there's no full-fledged principle of government higher secondary school. Around 15 school all around.
Question hour is closed.